Now it's recording.
Okay, all right. So initially, you would write the dict set and list set sort of separately. And in fact, at that point, we have not even thinking about having a super class yet. So let's get rid of that. The implementation would be sort of trivial. So for example, let's get started by writing an initializer. And it would then have a a an argument that allows you to set initial set, okay? And that by default is an empty list, and that would create an empty set. And the logic would be very simple then. It would be to begin, let me set um, the representation to be an attribute that would be an empty set. In fact, it would be a nice practice to give this a local name. Okay? Do you understand this line? You are defining a attribute called rep that would represent the set. Okay? And in fact, I typed something wrong because I said that I would be using a dictionary, so I should initialize it to be a dictionary. The rep here is giving a local name, okay, so that you don't, from this point on, have to keep on saying self.rep, self.rep. You could just simply say rep, okay? And then you would say for element in elements, and you would like to set rep, notice that you don't have to say self.rep because you have a local name rep that points to the same thing. Yes?
In your elements equals brackets, square brackets?
Yes, that is the default argument.
Does it need to be curly? Did you change the other ones?
Oh, no. You're not specifying. Let me, yeah. Because you are going to be calling the dict set with something like this, okay? So you're going to call S equals to dict set, okay? And then if you care to give it a non-trivial argument, you're going to give it something like 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Not a dictionary. So you would then set the and as I said, only the key is important. The value corresponding to the key is not important, and so you might as well just simply set it to element as well.
Isn't rep a dictionary?
Rep is a dictionary.
Yeah. So so it doesn't matter that those are square brackets.
No, the notation is square.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's not a function call.
So what is that line doing?
element is the
Key
key, is the value.
So square brackets is the key. And if
So
you
let's
add the key,
make sure that you have the picture, okay?
so inside the square is the key.
So if
That's
you were to
extremely
create
significant for
an
that key
S,
and
okay?
return the value just so that in this case you return L if you're a search for element.
So it'll
You
be
search
a
for elements
dict
within rep.
set instance. Okay, so suppose you say S equals to dict set 1, 2, 3. Then what is happening is that the under init will be run, and as you run it, what is going to happen is that it's going to create a attribute called rep, so that will be the cell.rep. Okay? And that will be pointing to a dictionary. Okay? From inside the under init, okay, so now you are in the under init. You create a local name rep that points to this, okay? So that inside that code, you could simply just work with rep. You don't have to work with self.rep.
Right.
Yeah. Yes.
And that rep thing you made is just for this init method, right? You can't
Yes.
use it outside.
Right. It only has its existence inside the under init.
Okay.
So as soon as under init finishes, then this rep disappears. But then the self.rep, the object persists. Okay?
So you're setting the key and the value the same? in rep?
Yeah, we are setting it that way. Because we don't care about the value. We are just simply using the key, okay, to represent the set elements. Right? And so that's the under init. So it's very simple.
So elements is going to be a list of keys.
Elements would be just the keys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So about the list set is about the same. So then we could just do some simple simple copy pasting. So the first line will be exactly the same. The second line, you would change that to empty list because you say list set. And the next line is exactly the same, but then the next line you have to change. How do we change that? We say append, right? Element. Is that correct logic or not? Not really, right? Because suppose that someone says, so this is not dict set anymore, that this is list set, okay? And suppose that says 1, 2, 3, then my code would not be a problem. But suppose someone says 1, 2, 3, or even 1, 1, 1, then I don't want to append 1 3 times because a set should not have duplicated elements. And so I should check, right? I should say, I should check with an if statement if element not in rep. Then you append the element. so that the elements in the list representing the set would be unique. There are no duplicated elements. Cool? Any questions? No?
Question. So, when you're just initializing for Dixet, and you're setting for element and elements, you're just going into the index of whatever element is.
Yeah, because you are always passing in a list. Okay, so you're processing. Okay, so for example, let's take a look at what is happening. Suppose you say, okay, let me sort of have example right away. The beauty of Python, as you already know, is that you could immediately test your code. And in fact, I would say that for myself, I basically test every single line that I write. Okay? And so right now, you could immediately put in something like S1 or S equals to Dick said 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then you say T equals to list set. And let's use the same formula. And then, of course, it's useless to print S and T, okay? Because you're going to get generic information about where this object lives in memory, okay? And that's not going to do you any good. However, this will be useful, right? If you would now print S dot rep, the representation, or and then you say T, okay? That would sort of give you a initial confirmation about what you are doing, whether you are doing the right things. So let's give that a try. So do Python. So that seems to be correct. So this is somewhat similar to the under init of polynomial. You are in the under init of polynomial. You are not simply just sort of grabbing the argument and put that in the dictionary. Instead, you are processing the argument to construct the dictionary. Okay. So, is that okay? All right. So then, let's write the intersection method. So intersection method. So intersecting self with other. And what's the code like? Well, to begin, you would say rep is empty. Okay? And then for x in self dot rep, so go through all the element